Good morning, children. This lesson is for class 6, subject physics, chapter number 6, magnetism of your textbook, Concise Physics, Selena Publications. It is being submitted to you on 8th February 2021. In the last lesson, we have discussed the different methods of making a temporary magnet. Today, we are going to discuss about electromagnets and their uses. An electromagnet is a current carrying coil with a core in it. The core can be a soft iron in the shape of a bar or a horseshoe or U shape. For the temporary magnet, the material of core is soft iron, while for permanent electromagnet, the material of core is steel. If a bar of soft iron is placed inside a coil of insulated copper wire and an electric current is passed through the coil, the iron bar will become a bar magnet. One end of the bar magnet becomes the north pole and the other end becomes the south pole. If the current in the coil is turned off, the soft iron bar will lose its magnetization immediately. Strength of the electromagnet can be increased by increasing the current in the coil. Number two, by increasing the total number of turns of the coil. Now, let's talk about the uses of magnet. Number one, ring-shaped magnets are used in speakers as well as microphones. Number two, electromagnets are used in electric motors, electric bells, electric dynamos, telephones, and transformers. Number three, needle-shaped permanent magnets are used in making magnetic compasses. Such magnetic compasses are used by navigators, sailors, and pilots to know the directions. Number four, strong electromagnets are fitted with cranes which are used to lift heavy iron articles like iron girders. Number five, magnets are used to separate iron or magnetic substances from non-magnetic substances in industries. Number six, permanent magnets are used in electrical measuring instruments such as galvanometer, ammeter, and voltmeter. Number seven, electromagnetic coils are also used in TV, picture tubes, and in ECG machines being used by doctors to examine the heart of a patient. Now, children, let us discuss how to store and take care of magnets. To maintain the power of a magnet, we should handle it properly. We should neither heat the magnet nor mishandle it. The magnet should neither be hammered or dropped frequently, nor should it be repeatedly brought in contact with other magnets. When a permanent magnet is left alone, when not in use, it has a tendency to lose its magnetic power slowly. It is known as self-demagnetization of the magnet. To prevent such loss of magnetic power, magnets should be stored properly when not in use. During storing, magnets can be protected by using magnetic keepers. Now, children, what are magnetic keepers? Magnetic keepers are pieces of soft iron. Bar magnets should always be placed in pairs and their poles should be opposite to each other. Iron pieces or magnetic keepers should be placed between opposite poles of pairs of bar magnets. To prevent direct contact between the two magnets, a wooden piece is placed between them. A single iron piece will work as a magnetic keeper for U-shaped magnet. A magnet can be demagnetized also. That is, the magnetic properties of a magnet can be destroyed, and this happens by the following 5 ways. Number one, hammering it violently again and again. Number two, heating it to a very high temperature. Number three, dropping it on the floor from a sufficient height a large number of times. Number four, passing a strong alternating current through it. Number five, bringing it in contact with other magnets repeatedly. Number six, handling it very roughly. By all these methods, the magnet can be demagnetized. That means the magnetic properties of a magnet can be destroyed. Now, the next topic is magnetic field around a magnet. The magnetic field of a magnet is the region surrounding the magnet in which the force of attraction of a magnet can be felt. Again, what is magnetic field? The magnetic field is the region surrounding the magnet in which the force of attraction of a magnet can be felt. A magnetic field is represented by magnetic field lines drawn around a magnet. Now, let us talk about the properties of magnetic field lines. In air, magnetic field lines start from the North Pole and end at the South Pole of the magnet. Number two, no two magnetic field lines can ever intersect one another at any point. Number three, if magnetic field lies close to each other, then it means that the magnetic field is quite strong there. In a weak magnetic field, the space between the magnetic field lines is more. Number 4, the arrows marks on magnetic field lines give the direction of a magnetic field. So let's repeat. In air, magnetic field lines start from North Pole and end at the South Pole of the magnet. No two magnetic field lines can ever intersect one another at any point. If magnetic field lines lies close to each other, then it means that the magnetic field is quite strong there. In a weak magnetic field, the space between the magnetic field lines is more. The arrow marks on magnetic field lines give us the direction of a magnetic field. With this topic, we have completed the chapter. Kindly read the chapter thoroughly and go through the objective questions given in your textbook on page number 88 and 89. Thank you, children.